Yes, according to the 2002 National Electrical Code, in-use covers are required on all outdoor ground fault circuit interrupter receptacles. This requirement is in place to enhance safety and prevent electrical hazards associated with wet or damp locations. The purpose of a GFCI is to protect individuals from electrical shock. It does this by monitoring the current flowing to and from an electrical device. If there is an imbalance, meaning some current is leaking to ground, the GFCI will quickly trip, cutting off the power and preventing a potentially dangerous shock. Outdoor receptacles are naturally exposed to the elements, including rain, snow, and humidity. Without proper protection, moisture can enter the receptacle and create a path for electricity to flow to ground. This can not only damage the receptacle and any connected devices, but also create a significant risk of electrical shock to anyone who comes into contact with the wet surface. An in-use cover, also known as a while in-use cover or bubble cover, is specifically designed to protect an outdoor receptacle while an electrical device is plugged into it. These covers are weatherproof and create a seal around the receptacle and the plug, preventing moisture from entering. The 2002 NEC mandates the use of in-use covers in damp or wet locations where a GFCI is installed. This means that any outdoor receptacle that requires GFCI protection must also have an in-use cover. This applies to residential, commercial, and industrial settings. Firstly, understanding the specific requirements for GFCI protection is crucial. The NEC outlines various locations where GFCI protection is mandatory. These locations typically include areas where water is present, such as bathrooms, kitchens, garages, and outdoor areas. Secondly, ensuring that the correct type of GFCI receptacle is installed is essential. There are different types of GFCI receptacles available, and it is important to choose one that is suitable for the intended application. For outdoor use, a weather-resistant GFCI receptacle should be selected. Thirdly, using the appropriate in-use cover is critical. The cover must be designed to fit the specific type of receptacle being used and must provide a watertight seal when the receptacle is in use. Fourthly, proper installation of the GFCI receptacle and in-use cover is vital. The installation should be performed by a qualified electrician to ensure that it is done correctly and that all safety requirements are met. Fifthly, regular inspection and maintenance of the GFCI receptacle and in-use cover is important. This includes checking for any signs of damage or wear and tear and replacing any damaged components promptly. The 2002 NEC addressed various electrical safety concerns, and the requirement for in-use covers on outdoor GFCIs was a significant aspect of enhancing safety in wet locations. The code aims to minimize the risk of electrical shock and prevent electrical hazards that can occur due to moisture exposure. Therefore, it is essential to adhere to the 2002 NEC and ensure that all outdoor GFCI receptacles are equipped with in-use covers to provide adequate protection. Ignoring this requirement can lead to serious consequences, including electrical shock, fire, and property damage. Moreover, it is important to stay updated with the latest revisions of the NEC, as the code is regularly updated to reflect advancements in technology and address emerging safety concerns. While the 2002 NEC specifically mandated in-use covers, subsequent editions of the code may have introduced additional or modified requirements related to GFCI protection and outdoor receptacles. To ensure compliance with the most current regulations, it is always recommended to consult the latest edition of the NEC and seek guidance from a qualified electrician. In addition to the NEC requirements, local codes and regulations may also apply. These local codes may have more stringent requirements or additional provisions related to electrical safety. It is important to be aware of and comply with all applicable codes and regulations in your area. To summarize, the 2002 NEC requires the use of in-use covers on all outdoor GFCI receptacles. This requirement is in place to protect against electrical shock and prevent electrical hazards associated with wet or damp locations. Firstly, GFCI protection is crucial in areas where water is present. Secondly, in-use covers provide a weatherproof seal around the receptacle and plug. Thirdly, proper installation and maintenance are essential for ensuring safety. Fourthly, staying updated with the latest NEC revisions is important. Fifthly, compliance with local codes and regulations is also necessary. By adhering to these guidelines, you can help ensure the safety of yourself and others and prevent electrical accidents. It is important to note that this information is based on the 2002 NEC, and subsequent editions of the code may have introduced additional or modified requirements. Therefore, it is always recommended to consult the latest edition of the NEC and seek guidance from a qualified electrician for the most up-to-date information and to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. GFCIs are designed to trip when they detect a ground fault, which is an unintended electrical path between a live conductor and ground. This can happen when a person comes into contact with a live wire or a faulty appliance. When a GFCI trips, it quickly cuts off the power to the circuit, preventing a potentially fatal electric shock. In addition to in-use covers, there are other safety measures that can be taken to protect against electrical hazards in outdoor areas. One important measure is to ensure that all electrical equipment used outdoors is rated for outdoor use. This means that the equipment is designed to withstand exposure to the elements such as rain, snow, and sunlight. Another important measure is to avoid using extension cords outdoors whenever possible. If an extension cord must be used, it should be a heavy-duty, outdoor-rated extension cord and should be kept out of standing water. It is also important to inspect extension cords regularly for any signs of damage, such as cuts or frayed wires. Damaged extension cords should be replaced immediately. Furthermore, it is essential to keep electrical outlets and equipment away from water sources, such as swimming pools, hot tubs, and sprinklers. If electrical outlets or equipment must be located near water sources, they should be protected by GFCI protection and should be installed in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations. Moreover, it is crucial to educate children about the dangers of electricity and to teach them to stay away from electrical outlets and equipment. Children should also be taught to never touch electrical equipment with wet hands. By taking these safety precautions, you can help prevent electrical accidents and protect yourself and others from the dangers of electricity. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Always follow safety guidelines and seek guidance from a qualified electrician when working with electricity. The requirement for in-use covers on outdoor GFCIs is just one aspect of a comprehensive approach to electrical safety. It is important to be aware of all potential electrical hazards and to take appropriate measures to protect against them. This includes following all applicable codes and regulations, using appropriate safety equipment, and seeking guidance from qualified professionals. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility, and everyone has a role to play in preventing electrical accidents. By working together, we can create a safer environment for ourselves and our communities. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of standards for electrical wiring and equipment. It is updated every 3 years to reflect advancements in technology and address emerging safety concerns. The NEC is widely adopted throughout the United States and is considered to be the authoritative source for electrical safety information. It is important to be familiar with the NEC and to follow its guidelines when working with electricity. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It also includes specific requirements for different types of occupancies, such as residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. The NEC is a complex document, and it can be challenging to understand all of its provisions. Therefore, it is important to seek guidance from a qualified electrician when interpreting and applying the code. Electricians are trained to understand the NEC and to ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant. In addition to the NEC, there are also other standards and regulations that may apply to electrical installations. These may include state and local codes, as well as standards from organizations such as the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers IEE and the National Fire Protection Association NFPA. It is important to be aware of all applicable standards and regulations and to ensure that electrical installations comply with them. Compliance with electrical codes and standards is essential for ensuring the safety of people and property. Non-compliance can lead to serious consequences, including electrical shock, fire, and property damage. Therefore, it is important to take electrical safety seriously and to follow all applicable guidelines and regulations. In addition to complying with codes and standards, it is also important to use high-quality electrical equipment and materials. Inferior equipment and materials can be unreliable and may pose a safety hazard. Always purchase electrical equipment and materials from reputable suppliers and ensure that they are listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories UL or Intertech ETL. Listed equipment has been tested and certified to meet safety standards. Furthermore, it is important to maintain electrical equipment properly. Regular maintenance can help prevent electrical hazards and extend the life of equipment. Maintenance tasks may include cleaning equipment, tightening connections, and inspecting for damage. If you are not comfortable performing electrical maintenance yourself, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do it for you. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. Always turn off the power to a circuit before working on it. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as rubber gloves and safety glasses. If you are unsure about how to perform a task safely, consult a qualified electrician. Electrical safety is a continuous process, and it is important to stay informed about the latest codes, standards, and best practices. Attend training courses, read industry publications, and network with other professionals in the field. By staying up to date, you can help ensure that you are providing the safest possible electrical installations. The 2002 NEC was a significant step forward in electrical safety, and its requirement for in-use covers on outdoor GFCIs has helped to reduce the risk of electrical shock in wet locations. By continuing to follow best practices and staying informed about the latest developments in electrical safety, we can create a safer environment for everyone.